Hey everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel, #MovieBay. I am MovieBay, and in this video, I'm going to be doing a review of RuPaul's Drag Race Season 17, Episode 10, The Roast Honey. But before we get to it though, I would like for you all to consider subscribing to the channel because here on MovieBay, I do reviews, reactions, and commentary to movies and television, and if that is the type of content you like, please consider subscribing to the channel. If you find yourself enjoying my commentary along the way, don't be afraid to give me a thumbs up, and you are always welcome to leave your thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below. Now let's get this roasted cooking. No, just playing. I haven't done episodes 8 or 9 because I didn't really feel like much happened. I didn't really have much to say, and I was tired and busy anyways from my schedule. But I'm gonna slide in my quick thoughts and opinions about episodes 8 and 9 before we get into the roast. So episode 8 was the musical. Not my favorite type of episodes. I'm not a musical fan in general, so it's nothing against like the ladies or anything. I just don't care for musicals. So they did a twist on The Wiz and the Wizard of Oz, and of course this episode was like, it was fair to me. I feel like nobody really did bad. Who I thought should have won was Jules. I understand why Sam won, because she took the judges' critique, she stepped out of her comfort zone. The judges love Cher, and her runway was fire, so I understand why she won. I personally feel like Lana had the best runway because baby did that. I don't know why I put a picture of Arietta here. I think that was an accident. But anyways, the bottom two ended up being Corey King and Acacia Forgot. And when Acacia Forgot for sure, because out of everybody who performed, I definitely felt like her energy was kind of really off and very flat. I didn't understand Corey's placement in the bottom until they explained it. They were like, you were in a partner scene and your partner outshined you, because Lydia was in character as a flying monkey the entire time. Like with just her posture and playing in the background, she was always in character. So I could understand how they picked Corey to be in the bottom. But I definitely felt like the trio, if I'm not mistaken, it was Lana, Arietta, and somebody else. I can't put my finger on it. I think Lexi Love. I didn't feel like they were the strongest. I feel like one of them should have been in the bottom because their scene was forgettable. But like I said, when they explained why Corey was in the bottom, I could understand. And the song, I said, honestly, this lip sync is going to come down to the type of song that it is. And Corey just outshined Acacia Forgot in this lip sync, and Acacia is sent home. Corey and Lana, with the wig malfunctions, y'all need to get it together. All right, let's go ahead and go into episode 9. So episode 9 is yet another design challenge. And when I tell you I'm okay with the design challenges, I am a big fan of the balls. Okay. That sounded funny. But at this point, I was kind of design challenged out. Even though I love Bessie Johnson since I was a kid, I feel like she was probably one of the first designers that I really just knew and took a liking to. So I was happy to see her. She's, alive, healthy, well, and kicking. Okay. So everybody's design had to be based on Bessie Johnson collections. So let's talk about the runways real quick. I do feel like Jewel Sparkles rightfully won this episode. I loved her outfit, even though like my mama thought it was tacky, and it was, but it was Bessie Johnson tacky. You know what I'm saying? So it really went. The only thing I didn't like was her makeup and her hair. The hair was cool because it went with the flappers, but I feel like it was too far back, and her mug was just not cute. But the outfit was definitely on point. I'm gonna go ahead and get into Lexi. Lexi, I feel like this is when, and y'all know episodes 1, 2, 3, like earlier on in the season, I really liked Lexi, but this is when she kind of started losing me. Of course, she had to fall out with the tarp gate. Okay, when they spray painted on her tarp, when Arietta and Anya accidentally spray painted on her dress. Then we had this episode where she was very upset that she didn't win. One, she had her little self-sabotage moment, and then she put the outfit together. She came out, thought she won, and it was PISSED that she didn't win. And I was like, good God, girl, get a grip. You win some, you lose some. And sometimes you're just safe. Okay, I've never been on Drag Race, and a lot of people say you really don't know how it is until you get there, and how being safe is just not cutting it. But sometimes being safe is cutting it. You know what I'm saying? You have at least a challenge win. They know you're there, you know? Let's see who else. I'm not gonna go into detail, but I do want to say Susie Toot looked a hot mess, and I feel like she should have been in the bottom, along with Corey King. And I personally would say Lydia, simply because Lana Gervais not on here. That's who's missing. That's who should have been in the bottom. Corey King, Susie Toot, and Lana Gervais. Anya, I guess, was in the bottom because they liked her design on paper, but the execution wasn't what that was. And it is a design challenge. So, okay, I guess. But Susie looks a mess. Anyways, they end up putting Lydia and Corey in the bottom. Corey pissed me off in this episode because if Rue tells you, I'm tired of seeing you in mini dresses, and you decide to make a gown and then change your mind and make a mini dress, and meaning not even change your mind and made a mini dress, you cut up your gown to make it a mini dress in a design sewing challenge, so it looks sloppy and literally cut up, and you walked out on the runway like that. Your breastplate was showing. It was just a mess, Corey. Like, you really thought that this was going to get you safe? Girl, I would have walked out on that runway with my suitcases because I knew I was going home. You looked a mess. Anyways, so Corey is in the bottom with Lydia. And granted, y'all know Lydia's style is not my style, but I do feel like this particular ensemble that she put together was very Bessie Johnson, but it was not tailored. It was not fitted correctly. It was very floppy and loose, okay? With that being said, this made for an iconic lip sync, I guess. Not an iconic in the fact of being good, iconic in the fact that it was two lovers, like Susie 2 explained it, episode 10, two star-crossed lovers, and Lydia gave Corey King the kiss of death. Okay, and Corey ends up sashaying away. Now let's go ahead and get into the reason why y'all are here. Episode 10. But before we do that, be sure you like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Stay tuned for when I drop more content just like this. Now, if y'all hear the paper, sis got her notes out. Let's talk about it. I'm not going to try to recap. I'm really going to try to review. But matter of fact, I feel like this is going to turn into a rant. So, this is the roast episode, okay? And because Jules won the last challenge, she is placed with the task of choosing the order of the roast. She gets everybody's opinions. And when I tell you these are some picky bitches, Like, it's like, I don't want to go first, but I don't want to go last. And I want to go second, but I don't want to go after this person. I want to go this way, and I want to go this. I don't want to go last, but I want to go first. And it's like, y'all doing too much. Beggars cannot be choosers. If I was Jules, because Jules is better than me. If I was Jules, I ain't even asking y'all. I'm going to put you where I want to put you because, one, it's a competition. Okay, but Jules said, okay, I took down your notes. Thank you for your suggestions. Let the judges deliberate. Okay, and she went and she made the order. Now, one thing Jules did have in mind is she wanted to cater to the girls who have not gotten a challenge win. She didn't want to kick them while they were down, and that is Lana and Lydia. So she definitely wanted to make sure that herself, Lana and Lydia, had a good placement. Okay. Not trying to sabotage anybody, but trying to uplift those who do not have a win just yet. All right. So the order that she comes out with is Anya first, followed by Ariete, followed by herself, then Lana, Sam, Butthole, Susie, and Lexi closing the show. Now, everybody is okay with this order because I might not have gotten what I wanted, but shit, I'm not the one who's making the order. Two people, however, took this order to heart. Okay, and harped on it the entire episode. Ariete and Lexi. Now, honestly, let's start with Lexi. Because Lexi, I don't even know why you're mad. Why are you mad? You literally asked to go last. You got what you asked for, but you're mad now because you're behind Susie 2. Girl, make it make sense. Beggars cannot be choosers. And it was your own saboteur, your inner saboteur, telling yourself that you're not as good as Susie Toot, so you didn't want to follow her. Like, I would never give up the satisfaction of letting them know that I'm jealous of them and that I'm intimidated by them and, oh, you're so much better and funnier than me. Never, bitch. Couldn't be me. Could not be me. Arietta gets also upset because she thinks that Jules put her. Okay, Arietta wanted to go third or fourth, right? So she's up and she's going second. So she's upset that Jules is following her because she thinks Jules wants to go after her to make herself look good because she's going to be so bad. Once again, y'all insecurities are creating scenarios up in your brain. Why would you think that your best friend in the competition is purposely trying to sabotage you? Yes, it's a competition, but out of everybody who's left, why would I want to sabotage my best friend? If anything, if I was Jules, I would want to sabotage Anya for what happened episodes ago. You know what I'm saying? Like, why would I want to go against my own good Judy in the competition? Don't make no sense to me. Your own insecurities. All right. So let's go ahead and skip to the challenge. Well, before the challenge, of course, you know they had like the table read, the little practice. And the only thing I really want to say about this is Susie wants to downplay her talent so she looks good at the day of the challenge. I think that's corny. I understand like if you're really insecure and you're kind of talking down on yourself and then the day of the challenge that you do good, but to purposely tell people, oh yeah, I think that I might be too smart and I think my jokes might be too. So the day of the competition, and you do well, everybody's like kissing your feet. I think that's corny. You want yes men around you. You want to be praised. I don't know, because I'm not a person who I don't feed off of being praised. I don't feed off of recognition or anything like that. So I just think that that's corny for her to do that. And also after this table read, Arietta steals some of Jules's jokes. OMG, when I tell you my jaw dropped to the ground. I said, oh, baby, she went there. And I'm here for it. Drag Race has gotten a couple of Emmys. I think maybe like 2 or 3. But this season, no tea, no shade. Candy season and this season deserve the Emmys because this season, for the drama alone, has been feeding me. Okay, has been feeding me. I said, if Arietta took those jokes and she really gonna use them to sabotage Jules, and Jules got to follow after her doing the same jokes, mwah, love it. So before the challenge, as they're getting dressed or whatever, of course Lexi and Arietta are so upset. Arietta is so pissed that she even takes her stuff from the station and moves away from Jules. Okay, and y'all know they had a what they call it, cheese may corner, and she then moved away from her cheese may partner. That's how mad she is. And even though Jules is trying to tell her repeatedly, I did not do this to sabotage you, I apologize, like this is, you know what I'm saying, like it was not intentional, Arietta ain't trying to hear none of that. And then you got Lexi on the other side of the workroom raising hell over nothing, if you ask me, because out of everybody, Lexi, you got what you asked for. Now you really mad. You big mad, huh? And it don't make sense. And during the Untucked, I don't know if I'm jumping, but yeah, it's okay. During the Untucked, I'm happy that Anya called them on Anya called Lexi and Arietta on because y'all, it's not my job to babysit your insecurities. Like they were going at Jules, and Jules just sitting there trying to apologize and let them know this was not intentional, and they still mad. And at that point, I'm happy Jules just said, you know what, never mind. Because no matter what you say, Jules, they ain't gonna listen because they so in their feelings. They want somebody to blame for their shortcomings. That's what they want to happen. It is not my job to babysit your feelings, baby. It's not. It's not my job to kiss your ass and make you feel better about yourself. That's your job. You need to pull yourself up by your bootstraps and get it done. Just like Jules said, you could have looked at this as an opportunity to outshine one of the front runners of the competition, but instead you took it and said, oh my gosh, I'm going to fail because I'm behind Susie Toot. And let's talk about it real quick. Why the hell does everybody think Susie Toot is so damn funny? Bitch ain't made me cackle. Like, what are y'all talking? What? Like Anya said, baby, none of her jokes have gone over my head. Very much so simplistic. Is Susie Toot a good theater actor? Yes. In that challenge when they did the Friday Night Light or, you know, RuPaul Live, or I can't remember what it's called off the top of my head, she did do well. To me, that is comedic acting. Roast stand-up comedy is different. So I don't even know why they thought that she was going to do well. If I was going to be afraid of anybody or intimidated by anybody in this competition with this particular roast challenge, it would have been Corey King, honestly, because I know he could read the girls down. Susie, she won a little reading challenge, barely. And I would have been afraid of Anya, if I'm being honest. That's who I would have been quote unquote intimidated of. Wouldn't have let the bitch know. But that's who I felt like is the funniest of the people who are left. You know what I'm saying? Speaking of, real quick, every time I want to see a girl in the challenge, they go home prior to. Just like her Mona Lisa, I wanted to see her in Snatch Game. She went home right before Snatch Game. I wanted to see Corey in the roast. Corey went home right before the roast. I said, God, I need to stop saying what I want to see these girls in because I am signing their death wish. Okay. Anyways, let's go ahead and get on to the actual challenge. So I'm gonna critique the girls really quickly before we move to the runways. Yeah, runways on the next slide. Okay. So it's the villains roast, and we have 3 returning queens. We have Mistress Isabel Brooks, who always said she was in her congenial era, but we knew that she was the villain. We got Plain Jane, who T.I. told it like it was. And then we have Candy Muse, and who also told it like it was. Let's just be frank, okay? So out of the villains, I think they had 3 good villains on the stage. So let's talk about Anya. Anya is definitely a host. She definitely gives host vibes, host energies. I like the fact that she was mocking Candy Muse, and she also got the panel, I guess the villains involved. You know, it was kind of like a call. What do they call it? A callback or whatever. Like I say something, you say something, like that. Call and response. Boom. And of course, Anya also roasted the panel and the cast. So I felt like Anya did a really good job, and I kind of feel like they cut some of her jokes out. Or maybe she had to cut some of her jokes out because at the table read, she had other jokes, and I felt like they didn't make the final cut. Okay. Let's go with Arietti. So Arietti came out admitting that she was nervous, but she turned it into a joke. I really like that she did that. However, she fumbled over her words. And when she started fumbling, it was hard to recover. Now let's talk about Arietti taking Jules' jokes. If it was for the point of sabotage, fine. But even if you took her jokes, you still did not deliver said jokes. I was really expecting like what movie is that, y'all? Where it's like a talent show, like, oh my god, it's like a Bring It On moment. Prepare for total domination, and like we still got to go out there and do the same thing anyways. But hopefully we just do it better. Yeah, you stole the jokes and you still didn't deliver. So let's go ahead and go up to Jules. So when Jules, of course, follows and finds out that Arietti stole her jokes, she starts stumbling. Okay, and Jules, the fat jokes, they weren't as funny. They weren't. I thought it was personally, maybe it was the delivery of Arietti, but I was like, maybe they're just not funny in general because Jules didn't even come out and do her jokes better. What I would have done if I was Jules, impromptu, baby, I would have been like, not that we so insecure, we still in jokes. Let me show you how to really tell the jokes. And then I would have told the jokes, hopefully more funny and how they were supposed to be delivered. But she didn't do that. She kind of stumbled. And, you know, the sabotage worked. Let's get this. Roast the sabotaging. What should I? Okay, there we go. Lana Del came out, and Lana made me so proud. This is the Lana that I have been seeing in the acting challenges, and I'm happy that she shined on this roast challenge. Okay, I felt like she had fat jokes, but she did a new twist on the fat jokes. Not many people had jokes about Plain Jane. Lana did. They were all white jokes, but hey. And I like how she was like, how are you? I really don't give a like she didn't even let her answer. I said, yes, Lana, that's how you play into your cheatiness. Because a lot of people are just funny. Like me, I identify with Lana, right? People say I'm funny all the time. However, I know for a fact I cannot sit there and write jokes and go deliver stand-up. It's 2 different types of funny. It's just like regular everyday homegirl funny, and then it's like stand-up comedian funny. So I related to Lana when she said that, and I'm so happy that she actually leaned into her personality to help her deliver these jokes. What else I got for her? Lana was the first time that I laughed, from with Arietti and Jules anyways. And she also took a shot at the judges, or T.S. Madison to be specific. Lana's last joke was kind of dark, okay? And it introduced Sam Starr. And what I did like, though, is how Sam Starr played off of Lana's joke of, quote unquote, owning her ancestors. I thought that was funny. Only thing I didn't like about Sam is she had one joke for each person. And I don't know if they, like I said, if they cut her jokes out, but I was like, maybe they didn't want to cut her jokes out. wrote one joke for each person, you would have had a better chance of staying around. Now, when Lydia Butthole Collins came out, she really did do her thing. She was roasting the judges. She was roasting, of course, the panel. And the only thing that I didn't like was her last joke with the Corey King and, being in her stomach. But it's for her audience. You know what I'm saying? So go ahead, girl. Go ahead, girl. Susie came out, told her little weak ass jokes. And even though, the jokes were funny, but her delivery is what killed the jokes. I don't know why she was talking like that. Very monotone. I guess, tried to be deadpan, but it really wasn't working out for her in my personal. And then Lexi came on. Her jokes were very dark. She started off stumbling, but in my opinion, she recovered well. All right. So let's go ahead and get to the runways. I'm not going to go in detail because I feel like this episode, my review is long enough as it is. So I think it was Who Wears Short Shorts. My favorite looks are probably Anya, a little bit of Lexi, and Ariette always kills, but like I just feel like something about it isn't just like my ultimate fave. Maybe if she had came out like with boxer, like with a boxer theme, I feel like that would have been real cute because the material was already cute. Susie too, girl, please pick another era. I'm sick of that. I'm sick of Susie Tooth's drag like Michelle Visage is sick of Marie Antoinette. Okay. The tops, well, people who are safe, Susie and Anya are safe. I can agree with that. Since they've been doing like 3 people in the bottom, sure, I can agree with that. I think, did they say Sam was safe? No, they didn't say Sam was safe. They said she was in the top. All right. So our tops are Sam, Lana, and Lydia, and our bottoms are Jules, Lexi, and Ariette. Ironic, right? The 2 people who had a fit about the order and the person who placed them in that order. Fitting. The person who ended up winning the challenge was Butthole. I hated her runway. Hated her runway. Y'all know I don't see it for Lydia in her runways. But I really hated this one. And I feel like if it was between, and to me, it was between Lydia and Lana. And yes, they said Lana's runway was very pedestrian. That's what they used to say in earlier seasons. I understand that. But it was still better than Lydia B. Collins, because what the hell is really going on in life? You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry. I just hate the runway. But Lydia was funny, so I guess my mama talked me out of being upset because I was gonna come on here and rant about it. But when I rewatched the roast, Lydia and Lana, to me, had the best roast. That's why I thought they should have been, evenly matched. I don't know. I hate the runway. Anyways, let's talk about the bottoms. Lexi got off because I guess she admitted that she had an inner saboteur. But honestly, compared to Jules and Ariette, her roast was not that bad because she started off stumbling, but she did recover. She had jokes. She went with the jokes, even when she mispronounced Mistress's name. She just kept going with the punches. You know what I'm saying? And Jules and Ariette, they stumbled. But I do feel like, of course, Ariette stumbled the worst. So with the lip sync, I felt like I'm not gonna say it was like a epic lip sync. Both girls did really well. Both girls were fighting for their lives, and the edit played no favors. It's like I didn't know who was gonna go home, but Ariette was the one who ended up sashaying away. Let's talk about Untucked real quick. I already touched on it a little bit, but Anya told Ariette and Lexi what they should have heard. She took up for Jules because in that moment, I guess Jules was just so gobsmacked that she couldn't articulate what she was saying. But of course, Anya was there to articulate for her. And I don't feel like Anya jumped out of place and, oh, this has nothing to do with you. Bitch, I could give my opinion if I want to. You really just mad because my opinion is telling you about yourself. Rightfully so. She not making up lies. She not saying nothing wrong. Y'all tripping. Y'all are real life tripping. Lexi was more receptive. Thank Anya. Thank you for calling me on my ish. I was tripping. But Ariette forgave Jules, but still upset with Anya. For what? Anya is saying the same thing that Jules said to you. I don't understand. So even when Ariette and Jules made up, Jules was like, well, let me go listen to this lip sync music. And Arietti was like, why? Let's continue to kiki. I said, but she trying to sabotage. She trying to sabotage. She trying to make sure you don't know the song so she could win and so she could stay. I see you already. I see you for who you really are. A bitch. Okay. But they ended up going out and Arietti is the one eliminated on this episode. Well, you guys, thank you so much for tuning in to my YouTube channel. Be sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and leave your thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below. What are your thoughts about the season and, of course, about the episode? Oh yeah, something else Arietti said in Untucked was like, there's been more. Oh yeah, because Anya was like, what I don't like is how it's a design challenge. You all geeked up, but every time it's a comedy challenge, you all in your head and upset with everybody and walking around with an attitude. And Arietti's like, it's been more comedy challenges than design challenges. And I was like, no, the fuck it hasn't. Because I live for the comedy challenges and I counted. It's been 3 comedy challenges. All the other challenges have been design or talent related. Design, talent, or acting related. And that's like, it's episode 10. Like that, what do you mean? It's episode 10. That's been like 6 other challenges that you could have done well in. You just haven't been. Don't be mad at me because you thought you was that bitch and you really not. Let's be honest. And to be a drag queen, it is more than just turning looks. And that's the harsh reality of it. Okay, period. Now I'm done. Those are my final thoughts. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye.